Hello everyone, this is ICABIS here today again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Loki season 2 episode 2. As always, I'll be doing a quick overview of the episode, so be sure to stick around for that. After that I will explain my thoughts on the episode and the show as a whole, so do stick around for that. And now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the plot. This episode starts with Loki and Mobius looking for Sylvie. Instead they find X5 living as a Hollywood star, and while they were capturing him, Loki does use some of his new powers, which is nice to see, if not a little bit goofy. They interrogate him at the TVA headquarters. X5 tries to get under Loki's skin but he fails. X5 then tries to get under Mobius' skin and he succeeds this time. He tells him what kind of a life he would have had and asks him what he could be leaving behind when he's working at the TVA. This really gets to Mobius and he hits him. They then take a break from the interrogation. I think the interrogation room was a good opportunity to grill B15 as well, so we could really better understand her character, just like they grilled Loki and Mobius right there. X5 could have also said something about B15 so we could just better understand her character, but she just stood there silently. Mobius explains why he snaps to Loki. Mobius tells him that if it's something bad then he doesn't care about it, but what if it's something good, like maybe he had a family, maybe he had children. He can't have that thing running around in his brain, so he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to know if it was something good he left behind. So that really kind of makes him an interesting character, and I'm really starting to warm up to his character. He's kind of really cool, and Owen Wilson is doing a great job. And now it's time to make a new plan to make X5 talk, which works. They succeed in intimidating X5 and getting him to talk. He takes them to Sylvie. Loki and Sylvie reunite finally, and basically they just have normal boring conversation like, hey, what are you doing? Why don't you come with the TVA? And she says TVA is the root of all problems, so I can't go there. I hate the TVA. So just normal crap like that. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but it's just more of the same, I guess. Loki tells her that she would come back to the TVA in the future because he's seen the future, but she says that she could never do that because she made free will happen by branching timelines and killing he who remains. Mobius suspects that X5 is hiding something because he keeps asking to leave this timeline. Apparently he was hiding something. The TVA, or more specifically the Screeching Lady or Agent Dox, is planning on bombing and pruning the extra timelines. Loki, Mobius and Sylvia go to stop the Screeching Lady, but they are too late. She succeeds in destroying most of the timelines. They have a very heartfelt and sad moment looking at the lines on the monitor disappear. Sylvia also follows Loki into the TVA after telling Loki that she will never be at the TVA not 5 minutes ago. So much for free will, I suppose. Sylvia gets angry and blames TVA for this happening, and then she leaves. In the last minutes of this episode they get a trace of Rainslayer's location, and then we see Sylvia on top of a truck holding something glowing that might be related to He Who Remains. There is also a side story where Obi explains that he cannot control the temporal loom, so they basically need Renslayer and Miss Minutes to resolve this issue, and this is all this episode has to offer. Now let's talk about it. I mean, I like this show, but I wouldn't say that it's really revolutionary like Endgame or Infinity War. I was a big fan of Infinity War and I would definitely call it one of the best movies that Marvel has ever produced, but yeah, this show is definitely nothing even close to that. Like most shows out there, it does feels like this show also kind of drags. Like it has like I think 10 minutes of plot that is explained over a period of 40 minutes. Like imagine how much time I spent to explain the plot of this show. Like it didn't took me that long, right? I know I'm trying to condense a lot of information, but still, like that's a lot less information that they're just really trying to expand over the period of 40 minutes. There isn't really that much to explain. The art direction of this show is nice, but sometimes it just feels really low budget and creatively bankrupt. And why does it feel low budget? Because it mostly avoids action and doesn't show things that could have too much CGI in it. Like literally universes getting destroyed. Instead we see squiggly lines disappear on the screen, and it's weird like how characters react to it on the screen. Like they are so sad, but they never show us what we've lost, so the feeling of losing something is just never there. For a comparison, when Thanos snapped his finger, they visibly showed the characters turning into dust, We know that half of the universe has lost its population, but more importantly, we see our favorite characters turning into dust in front of our eyes. That hits you far better than watching squiggly lines disappear on the screen. This is what I mean when I say that this show feels low quality. It has somewhat creative sets, but it only chooses to show us what can be shown with the least amount of money. But this is still the second episode, so let's wait and see what the future episodes hold for us. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, like and subscribe for more content like this, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.